Hi. I can see, oh, hey, Rach. I can see you guys are here. Let me know. Hey, Kara. Let me know when you guys are on. I'm just going to bring up my Facebook on my computer so I know that everything's working okay. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Caitlin. Hi, Rachel. Hey, Christy. Look at all you beautiful faces. Hey, Maureen. Oh, Kirsten Franklin, you beautiful girl, you. Hey, Chandel. Hi, everybody. You guys, this is kind of exciting and nauseating all at the same time. I gotta admit. Hey, Harm. Hi, Melissa. So, I'm gonna wait just a minute to get started so that I make sure that I cover as much as I can with as many that are on. Hi, Kendall. And so that I know that I have my wits about me and my thoughts are together, because really, when I say this is a little bit nauseating, I mean like a lot nauseating. Seriously, if you have not gone live in front of your own peers, it's way harder than going live in front of your family and friends. I promise you, it really, really is. But this is so exciting. While we're waiting for people, if you don't have a notebook, if you don't have a notepad or paper and pen or whatever, or something to take notes on, make sure you grab some really, really quick. Not specific for this, but for this whole entire Mascara Masterminds experience, I promise you it is going to be phenomenal. You are going to learn a ton. Your mind is going to be blown, but you want to have that resource available to you. I mean, you'll be able to go back and rewatch all of these videos. But there's something to say for taking your own notes and being able to refer back to those in your own words. So grab a piece of paper and a pen. And thanks, Christy. I'm not eating anything right now. Anyways, there's something to say for taking your own notes and being able to refer back to those, because it will help jog your memory. It'll help you really put those things into action later on when you are ready to refer back to them. There is going to be so much phenomenal information in these next couple of weeks that I don't want you to miss anything, and I want you to be able to really, really have a good grasp on what you want to get out of it yourself. Everybody's going to get something different out of this. And all of us that are presenting to you, we all have a totally different topics that we're going to share with you. And a lot of it's going to overlap. Just make sure that you are getting everything that you can out of it. Ask all of your questions, and we are all here for you. Hey, Kelly. We are all here for you. We're here to answer questions. So on that note, I'm actually going to scooch my comments over to the side, because I am one who is atrocious at multitasking. I am not good at it. So I am going to have a section at the very end where you can ask all of your questions. So I'm probably going to miss it during the beginning because I'm going to scoot them over. But I don't want you to feel like you can't ask your questions. So do. And you can ask your questions as they come to you in the comments here. And afterwards, when I'm all done and we've signed off and we've said I love yous and have a good night, then we are going to, hey, Amanda. And then I'm going to go back through and address some of the questions as far as I can. Also, if you feel like you have a good grasp on some of the answers to some of these questions, absolutely feel free to respond to each other, to interact with each other, to answer everybody's questions, because I'm not going to be able to give you all the answers, and the answers that I do give may or may not be something that's helpful or beneficial to you. We all learn from multiple leaders. We all gain the most from multiple coaches in our lives. So I'm not afraid to say, you know what, if you want to help answer these questions, please, please do. Okay, so on that note, we're going to get started. If you do not know who I am, my name is Lanae Davis. I am a mother of 5. I have a blended family. My husband and I, we are second marriage, and he came to me with 3 kids and I came to him with 2 kids. So we have 5 together, and we are absolutely crazy. We have so much fun, we have so much family time, and we do a lot together. And mascara, I started as a mascara artist a year ago. In fact, yesterday was my 1-year mascara anniversary, so super, super, super exciting. I realized that late last night. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary, and as I realized that, I sat back and I thought, holy crap, this has been a year. Seriously, a year in the books. It has been amazing. When I signed up a year ago, I was sitting in an airport terminal waiting for my plane to take off to go on vacation, and I had no idea then the blessings, the benefits, the perks, the experience, the relationships, the love that I would have for what I just signed up for. No idea. I'm completely blown away, and I'm super, super grateful for my whole entire year for all of this experience. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any experience. This is like, I can't do it without looking at the the comments. I'm sorry. I'll try not to be distracted, but I feel like I'm just talking to myself and nobody's there, and it's really weird. So I'm not going to look at your comments, but I have to see that they're there, and so that I can function. Otherwise, I'll feel like I'm talking to myself. That's way too weird for me. I'm not a public speaker. You probably already know this about me. I am not a public speaker. Anyways, so when I signed up a year ago, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't have any background in anything beauty whatsoever. I grew up as the world's biggest tomboy. In fact, I was mistaken for a boy for several years of my life. My mom chopped my hair like super, super short boy cut. I was super, super athletic and tomboyish, and I liked to get dirty and play kickball at recess, and I had more boyfriends than I had girlfriends, and I had zero background whatsoever in anything beauty. I don't even know how to do my own hair. I don't even know how to do my own makeup. I just am like a lot of people, which is crazy. I'm sure you guys are learning too, that a lot of women have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea how to do makeup. Unless they're one that sits and watches YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video, they don't know. And I didn't do that. So, and I found since then that a lot of my customers are the same. So that's where I started out. So when I decided to become an artist, I went on my vacation. I was gone for a week. I came back. In that week, my kit had come. I sat down at my kitchen table. I opened it up. I had posted that I was a mascara artist, and my friend Melissa, who has since become an artist and is on my team, she was my very, very first client who came over, and she's like a makeup snob. If you ever talk to Melissa, if you don't know Melissa Payne, get to know Melissa Payne. You will absolutely fall in love with her. But she is 100% a makeup snob. She loves makeup. She's like a thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in Ulta Sephora kind of a girl. She's like, oh, makeup? I want to come over and play. It's like, okay. Hi from Montana. Hi, Kinsley. And so I said, okay, come over. And she came over and she sat down at my kitchen table, and I had this box of stuff. And she's like, okay, so show me. I was like, here you go. You know, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea whatsoever. None. And so I sat there and we kind of played with it, and I had read a bunch on the artist page, and I had read a bunch on the mascara website, and I had started then, at that point is when I decided to follow Kara and figure out who the heck she was, because I didn't know before that point. Anyways, so my very, very first experience as a mascara artist was sitting in front of somebody who knew way, way, way more than I did. And I thought right then, I am not going to be successful if I don't educate myself. If I don't make an effort, if I don't put forth the effort, if I don't learn, if I don't start reading, if I don't start trying, if I don't start doing, what am I going to get out of this? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. So I hope you have a notepad, pen, and paper. This topic I was given, it's the easy street to elite. So first, if you don't already know what it means to be an elite hacker, it means that you have, from the time you became a mascara artist, the instant that you sign up, you are a hacker. Whether you purchase the basic kit or the pro kit, either one, it doesn't matter. You're a hacker. In order to rank up to your first rank to an elite hacker, you have to do two things. They can be simultaneous, or they can be one after the other, if they're in a specific order. So you have to sell $800 total sales, including your kit. So whether you purchase the $200 kit or the $400 kit, that kit counts towards your initial sales volume to become an elite hacker. So that's the first criteria. The second one is that you then have to also sell at least $300 of that $800 in the qualifying month. So that's the first thing that kind of confuses people a little bit in the beginning, is they don't understand that, okay, I purchased my kit. Let's say they purchased the pro kit. So they spent $400 already. That $400, it puts them above $300, but they have to get to that $800 first. within that $300, or excuse me, within that $800, that $300 can count as long as it's in the same month. So you have to have both. $800 and $300 has to be in one month. So if you purchase your kit, let's say you purchased your kit last month in January. You joined when we had our artist birthday party and you purchased the pro kit and you're at $400, and then you sold an additional $200. You're at $600 now. You have your $400 plus $200, so you're at $600 total sales volume. And then it rolls into February, and you've now sold $200. So now you're at $800. 6 of it in January, 2 of it in February. So you've sold a total of $800, but you're still not an elite hacker until you get to $300 in a qualifying month. So if you have any question about that, if you're still confused about that, make sure you get with your immediate upline, with somebody that can help you explain that a little bit more. That there seems to be some question about that. People are like, well, I've sold my $800. Over 300 of it was already in January when I purchased my $400 kit, but 300 of it has to be in the qualifying month once you get to your 800. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. So when I was given this topic, when I was asked to talk about the easy street to elite, I thought, okay, this is a piece of cake. What do I do? How did I get out of training? How do I help my new artists get out of training? Well, I throw a party, whether an online launch party or a Facebook party, right? That's what I do. Well, okay, what else? And if you're not doing that, make sure you do that. But that's not the only thing there is to it, because you can have that party and maybe it's not successful. Maybe you don't have a good turnout. Maybe you have a great crowd of a lot of friends and family who would love to support you, but maybe they can't help you get to your $800. You've had your initial launch party. You've done everything that you can, you think, right? But you're still not out of elite. And so then I thought, okay, well, what do I do? How am I going to portray this information when how am I going to say what I do? How am I going to translate that into instructions for you when it's not really scripted what I do? Because what I do is different for all of my artists. It was different for me than it is for the majority of my artists. I am somebody that I was like, well, I'm just going to tell my friends that this is good stuff and they need to buy it and cross my fingers and hope that they do. And it happened to work out for me. But sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't, then what? So I've had to really, really think about this. And this topic has actually been much, much harder for me than I ever would have thought. Because there's not a script for it, because it's different for everybody, because everybody's business is going to be different from everybody else's, and because nobody can tell you what works for you, and nobody can tell you what the best thing is for you, and nobody can tell you how to run your business because it's your business. And it has to be something that you, if you want it to be successful, okay, so if you want it to be successful, it has to be something that you do for yourself. Now, I said the word successful, and I kind of, the word success, that's going to be measured different for everybody. Success to one person can be, I make enough money to pay my $9.95 back office fee. Success to somebody else can be, I make an extra $100, $200, $300 a month to help, to go shopping, to do whatever. I can go to lunch with my friends and we can go shopping and we can have a weekend or whatever. Success can be, well, my husband was able to quit his second job and I'm able to supplement our family income. Or success can be that you are a freaking rock star at selling the crud out of mascara 3D foundation and you're making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. Success is 100% different for everybody. And it doesn't only have to be monetary. Success can also be, I helped a woman feel beautiful about herself. Or a teenage girl who's having identity issues or she has acne issues and she's just unsure of herself. She has a lot of self-esteem issues and you made her feel beautiful. That can be success. Your measurement of success is completely up to you. So when I say success, the version or the definition of success that I'm going to be addressing, I'm going to be talking about tonight, is the version where you are out of training, that you are selling between, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month, and making that sustainable for you, for your business. So that's where we're going to be. Okay. Everybody is absolutely 100% successful in so many different ways, and there's nobody else that can put a definition on success, your definition of success, than you. Let's see. You guys are sitting on top of my computer, so I'm reading my notes right here. Sorry. Initially, I got myself out of training. I had my $300 a month, and I got lucky. And then I got to the point where, okay, I have somebody now that's underneath me. And in order for that person, that artist, to be underneath me, in order for that person who was underneath me, in order for them to benefit me financially, I had to help them get out of training. And so I started, you guys know, I already told you this, I started in February of last year, the very end of February 25th. And at that time, everybody was brand spanking new, and nobody knew what the heck we were doing. There was no manual. There's no book. There's nobody to say, okay, this is what you do next. This is how you do it. This is what works. This is what doesn't work. We were all new. We were all who knows? Who can help me? Who's done this? Who's done that? Who knows what's successful? Who knows what's not? We were all just kind of bouncing ideas off of each other, and it didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter what team you were on. In fact, a lot of people didn't even have an established team or know who their established team was at that point. In fact, I didn't know that I was on Rachel Jacobs' team when I signed up until July or something like that. I had no idea that she was my upline. I didn't know that I was on Team Jacob for months and months and months. And by that time, I was already an artist ambassador, which means I had several people underneath me. And I was going to Harmony and to Heather and saying, okay, I'm not really sure. What do you do? And they're like, well, we don't know. We just kind of wing it. And what are you doing? And so even though they were my upline, we were kind of we were bouncing ideas off of each other back and forth, trying to figure it out. And so I was at a point where I thought, okay, I have these girls underneath me. I need to help them get out of training, because if I want them to benefit me, if I want to help them get to the point that I am at, and if I want to be able to count their income towards, or their sales towards my own income, then I have to help them. I have to help them get out of training, which is phenomenal. Amazing tool that Mascara has provided us with. So I created something called a new artist welcome packet. In that new artist welcome packet, in fact, I have it right here. This is it. This is everybody that comes on my team gets this packet. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it is. So, Fast Track to Elite, or the Easy Street to Elite, is comprised of two things. Number one thing is basic, and the number two thing is beyond the basic. This new artist welcome packet is considered the basics. If you want to play basketball, if you want to be a great basketball player, you can't be a great basketball player until you learn how to dribble and shoot. That's the end of it. I mean, you have to be able to do the basics. If you want to be a writer, you have to have spelling and grammar. That's the basics. You have to have those tools available to you. You have to be able to rely on your knowledge, on your skills in order to improve upon them. If you want to be a baseball player, you have to learn to catch and to throw a ball, and you have to be able to hit. Those are the basics. The new artist welcome packet, that's the basics. So a lot of the things that are in that basics comprise, well, everything that's in this kit. I'm going to go over this kit. I'm going to go over the basics with you. So the very, very first thing that's in there is, well, first of all, it explains in the beginning. It says, this is a guideline for you to use to help you. These are a lot of things that worked for me. These are things that you can try and see if they work for you. It's up to you how you implement them. It's up to you whether you adjust them or adapt, to how you want them to be to make your own business successful. But these are things that are the very, very basic things that can help you be successful if you want to utilize them. Okay, so the very, very first one was start an Instagram or a Facebook page or group as a place to start to share your new venture. I personally recommend doing one that's separate from your personal Facebook or Instagram page for a lot of reasons, and we can get into that later. There's a lot of varying opinions, and as long as you have the facts or somebody gives you, you know, their opinion on personal versus a new, like a professional or a business page, you can make that decision on your own, whether you want to do personal or whether you want to keep it on your personal page or if you want to keep it separate. I personally like to keep it separate, and that's a whole nother topic. The next one is going live, opening up your artist kit. So you have to be careful with this one. A lot of girls have gone live. They're so excited. Oh my gosh, I got my first mascara box. I'm going to open it up live in front of all of my friends and family. I'm so excited about this new venture I'm having, this new business. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. They open it up live on camera, and all of a sudden, Andrea, that is on, it's on my page. I'll send it to Rachel and actually Team Jacob, Rachel has another one. She has one too. I'll send this to Rachel to take a look at it and see if it's something that she wants to also incorporate and share. She's happy to do that. But the new artist packet that I use is on my own personal team page on Team Pretties. Going live, a lot of women have gone live and they've opened up their box and it's their marketing material, which sucks. That's happened before, and it's that's okay. It's okay. It's not, I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody. It just means that you get to do it again and you get double exposure for your friends and family who are watching and who get to be excited for you. So you can go live opening up your artist kit. Be excited about it. And the more you share your excitement, the more your friends and family and the people who love you and support you, the more they're going to be excited for you and the more they're going to want to help you. And the more they want to help you because of your excitement, the more they'll start coming over and supporting you and wanting to help you get out of training. That happened to you, Haley? Yeah, it's happened to a few girls, and it's awesome. The next one is to hold a launch party. You can decide whatever works for you, whether you want this to be an in-person party or if you want it to be an online Facebook or Instagram party. That's completely up to you. Or if you want to do both, that's awesome too. Your media upline, your direct upline, the person that brought you to mascara, they are there to help you, to walk you through, to hold your hand, to show you everything that you can do, things that work, things that don't work, give you suggestions and opinions and ideas and things that you can do that you can incorporate into those parties to help make things go a little bit smoother, to help close sales, to help color match, to help do all of those things that help you be successful in the very, very beginning before you even know what you're doing. And all of these things you can do before you even get your kit. I mean, obviously, to open up your kit live, you need your kit. But the rest of these things you can do before you even get your kit. Another thing that is another one of those basics is ask your friends and family to come over and help so that you can practice. They're doing you a favor by coming over so that you can practice color matching, so that you can use before and afters to build your portfolio, so you can practice on different skin types, different skin tones, different skin textures, different ages. Every single person that you can get your hands on and you can do a makeover on, those people are going to give you practice, the benefit of the practice. They're going to give you the benefit of having before and after pictures. Make sure you're always taking before and after pictures with their permission. But very, very, very often, those women that are coming over, that are doing those things, that feel like they're coming over to do you a favor, they're doing you a favor because they love you, because they want to, because they're willing to. You're not being pushy by asking them to do you a favor. You're asking them to love and support you, and that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong. It doesn't mean that you're pushing yourselves on them. It means that you're asking them to do you a favor. That is it. If you think anything different than that, you need to change your mindset on that, because it's not being pushy. So many women are so worried about being pushy, about being over the top, about hurting relationships between their friends or their family, because they don't want people to feel like they're being pressured into doing something that they don't want to do. If you do it with an attitude of love, with an attitude of genuine, I really just need to practice. Are you willing? And if they're not, okay, that's fine. No big deal. Go on, move on to the next person. If your 80-year-old grandma's like, I love my Avon, then she loves her Avon, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that she loves you any less. It just means change your mindset to keep it positive, and I promise you it will help. It will work. But The point of that is a lot of times, very, very often when your friends and family come over to support you, they're in the mindset that they are supporting you, that you're not pushing anything on them. They actually realize that they love how their makeup feels. They love that it looks natural. They love that they can build on it. They love that they get the dimension in their face. They love that they look younger. They love that it doesn't feel heavy. They love everything about it, and they end up being your customers anyway. It's awesome. So make sure that's something that you are keeping as one of your basics. So the new artist welcome packet is starting your Instagram or Facebook page. Go live opening your kit. Have a launch party. Ask your friends and family to come over and help support you. And then the fifth one is something that when I have a new artist that I keep as my level 1. Sometimes I get new artists and I place them in different places on my team. But when I keep somebody as my level 1, I ask them to do something that is a little bit out of their comfort zone. And the reason I do, well, there's several reasons that I do that. I'll explain what it is before I tell you why. So most of the time, most of the people that become new artists, and you guys, I'm sure will find this too, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, they have already fallen in love with the makeup. They have their own hack pack or hack stack or whatever. They have their own mascara foundation. They've already been using it. They already know how to apply it. They already love it. They're already talking to their friends about it. They're already talking to their family about it. They're already sharing it. That's why they wanted to become an artist, because it's something that they already have a passion for. So I tell them, while you're waiting, and this is while they're waiting for all of these things, except for opening their kit again, all of these things are while they're waiting for their kit to arrive, which can take 3 days, it can take 2 weeks, depends on when you sign up, if there's a huge rush or whatever. I preach, yes, Kirsten, that's funny. I have my artist videotape herself just like this. She can either tape her mirror or her phone onto her bathroom mirror. She can buy a $5 tripod at Walmart. She can prop her phone up on a candle like Harmony does. Whatever you've got to do, put your camera in front of yourself and videotape yourself doing your hack, your highlight, your contour, your blush, your illuminator. Whether it's 2 highlights, 1 highlight, a highlight, contour, brush, and illuminator, whatever. Keep it under 5 minutes. Videotape yourself on day 1. Keep your video under 5 minutes. So you're doing all of that. You're using your brush, whether it's your 30-second or your detail hack brush. You're using your blush brush, whatever it is that you're using. Show the item that you're using. Show your compact. And make it an instructional video without saying a word. You don't say anything. So you do that on day 1. And then when you're done, and you keep it under 5 minutes. And then when you're done, you watch that video and you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh, I kind of don't like that. I don't like that my ceiling fan is going in the background and it's super, super distracting. Or I don't like that light that's shining up on the ceiling above my head that's really, really annoying. Or I don't like that my bathroom is messy. Or I don't like that I went too fast doing my contour and I didn't really show what I was doing. Or I don't like that, whatever it is, just evaluate it, take a look at it, evaluate it, make whatever changes you want to make, think about whatever changes you want to make, and on day 2, the next day that you're getting ready, do the exact same thing, but apply those changes, those things that weren't your favorite. And do that every single day for a week, for 7 days. At the end of that 7 days, you have 7 different videos, and after every single video, you have improved upon the video from the day before. You've done better, you have either gotten faster, you've realized that you don't like that light behind your head, or whatever it is. And on day 7, you have a video that's under 5 minutes that you can now load into your iMovie or whatever your video editing software is on your phone. You can load it into there, you can speed it up, and you can put it to music, and you can post it on your Instagram or Facebook page, and you already have your very, very first How to Hack video within the first week of being an artist. And I will tell you how incredibly crazy successful just that silly little thing is. You don't have to say anything, so you don't have to pretend like you know everything, because you don't. You get to choose which one you like. It's not live, so nobody's going to ask you any questions that you don't know the answers to. You have all of these videos to choose from, and you got to improve upon it day after day after day after day. If you will do that, if you'll have every single person on your team do that, if they are willing to do that, I promise you, you will see the very, very beginning of the success that you can take your mascara business to. It is such a good tool to use, and it's so easy to do. Yeah, it's scary to go live. It absolutely is scary, but when you're doing it like that, you can take those baby steps up to going live and doing a live video in front of your whoever, your friends, your family, your husband's friends, your boss, your whoever, that's super awkward. And you're not waiting months and months and months and months to get the nerve up to finally do a video and finally go live. I promise you, if you will just implement that one thing, then you will see an early start in the success of your business. You will get yourself on the right foot right from the very beginning. It's super helpful. It's super beneficial. It may not, you may or may not see that instant success right away, but I promise you, if you will do that, it will put you on the right track. So all of those things are basics. Those are all of the very, 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 very basics. If you, let's see. Oh, and by doing all of those things, you're opening up the lines of communication. You're telling everybody, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. This is something that I have found that I love, that makes my life easier. It's something that is simple, it's affordable, it's healthy. I love it. It makes my life as a mom or a working woman or a teenager or whatever. It makes them see what you're doing and what your new venture is, whatever it makes them see that you're excited about this something, and that it's an opportunity for them to come and ask you about it. And there's absolutely nothing that's pushy or salesy about that. You're simply offering them something that you love that could benefit them. Super easy to do. So you've done all of the basics. Plus, it's your face and who they know. Yes, exactly. That's such a good point, Kirsten. They don't care if it's, if they follow makeup, then they've seen Kara do it a million times. They already know. But if they can see you do it, and they know you, and they know your skin, and they can see the difference of your skin, they can see how much you light up, they can see how youthful you look, they can see what they know of you before to what they know of you now. They can see the difference and the change and the improvement and the love that you have for it, and the passion that you have for it, and knowing you and loving you and trusting your opinion. It's going to be something that's going to open the door for them to you've already opened the lines of communication. All they have to do is step through that door. All they have to do is take advantage of it. Okay. So those are all the basics. What happens if you have done all of the basics and you're still not out of training? You're like, okay, I tried this, Lanae. I tried that, Lanae. I had my online party and it was a flop. I invited like 20 people and they all said, yeah, I really, really like it, but I just can't afford it right now, or it's just not the right time, or whatever. If you have done your how to hack video and you got tons and tons of likes on it, but nobody has said, hey, can you show me about this makeup? What if nobody does that? That's happened, right? What if you invite your friends and family to come over and they practice on you practice on their faces and they don't order it? And you've done all of these things, you've done all of the basics, and you're still not out of training. Then what? That's when you go beyond. That's when you keep doing the basics. You never stop doing the basics. You are always doing the basics. You're just changing how you do them. So you are saying, I don't know, you're having, if you had an in-person party, then you have a Facebook party, or you ask somebody else to do you a favor and say, hey, would you be interested in inviting your friends and family over and having their own party? Is that something that you'd be willing to help me out with? If you're willing to help me out with that, then based on your friends and family that come over, I can help you get all of this stuff for free, and you don't even have to pay for it. All you did was invite your friends over. That will help you. Change the way you're doing it. If what you're doing is not working, change and do it differently. You don't necessarily have to change and do something else. Just do what you're already doing a little bit differently. Change your dynamic, change your approach, change your wording, change your environment, change something about it. Try that. If that doesn't work, change it again. Success does not come overnight. It's not going to be instant, and it's not going to be the same for everybody. So if what you are doing is not working, change it and do it different. So I asked Rachel. I asked her yesterday to help me out with this statistic. I said, how many women within mascara, how many current mascara artists are not out of training? I was blown away. I cannot believe this. she told me that there are currently, okay, so we all know that as of, what was our date? Was it Valentine's Day that artist signups closed? I think it was Valentine's Day, so February 14th, so a week ago. A week and a half ago? What's today? Today's the 25th. Yeah, so like 10 days ago. Artist signups closed. And at that time when they closed, our artists that signed up then, their numbers were like 8,200 or something, which we know that our artist numbers started at 1,000. So that means that we had, from the beginning of time, we've had like 72, 73, 7,400 artists sign up. Well, we have had some quit. So currently we have 6,557 artists who are, I don't want to say active. I don't think active is the right word for it. Current, I guess, current mascara artists, which means they are currently paying their $9.95 back office fee. Okay, so 6,557 artists who are actually working mascara artists. Out of that 6,557 artists, we currently have, and you guys, write this down. So that first number is 6,557. We currently have 2,869 artists who are still in training. You guys, that is 44% of mascara artists who are still in training, which means they either have not gotten to their $800 in sales, or they have gotten to their $800 in sales, but they didn't have $300 in one qualifying month. You guys, that blows me away. That seriously blows me away. So, we're going to teach you how to not be one of those artists, how to not be one of those 44%, to make that jump up to elite hacker status, which means you're out of training. You're out of training. Now, if you're one of those artists, I don't know how to word this. If you're one of those artists that's still in training and you sell your $100 or $200 a month, less than $300 a month, and you're okay with that, and that's where you want to be, you're comfortable with that, and you don't need mascara, you don't need your mascara business to be anything more than that. If you fall in that category, that is perfectly okay. That is absolutely 100% okay. However, what we're doing tonight, this training is not for you. This is for the ones who want to be out of that. This is for the team leaders who want to help their girls who are interested and don't know yet or don't have the tools yet to go beyond that, to go beyond training. So if you're perfectly content with being a hacker and that's all you want to be, that means that you pay $10 a month and you get a discount. You could probably host a party and get better product by not being an artist, by purchasing under an artist. I don't know. That's probably a personal decision, a personal discussion with your artist. Yeah. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to touch on that. But if you're one of those people that wants to be beyond that, then that's what this is all about. So going beyond. So we talked about the basics. Now we're going to talk about the beyond. So going beyond. What is beyond? Everything else. Everything, anything that you can do, whatever it is that you're finding that's holding you back from going beyond, that's what we're going to talk about. So I when I started out, I am a little bit crazy. I mean, we all know, if you know me personally, you know that I'm a nutcase. But I have a tendency to talk to everybody. I do that a lot, and sometimes it's awkward, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It really is fine. Which is weird because, in fact, I'll tell you this little story really fast. Is I told my husband that I was doing this tonight, and he's like, "You're talking to who?" You're talking to all these artists on like Rachel Jacobs' team? That's like these people and everybody down? I was like, yeah. He's like, but you don't like to talk to people. I know, because me talking to people, me talking to random strangers, I'm the person that goes to the self-checkout line to not have to have a conversation with the checkout person in the grocery store. I don't like it when people talk to me in an elevator. I don't like it when people talk to me in an elevator. I don't like it when random strangers ask me how my day is, because that's weird. That's awkward. I'm uncomfortable with talking to people that I don't know. until mascara. I'm not that way anymore. I am still in my personal life. Like, I still go to the self-checkout line in the grocery store. I still don't want random strangers to talk to me in an elevator. But if they do, mascara is on my brain. Always. In fact, I don't know if Melaine is on here. She might be. She might not be. I don't know. I'll tell you this story. We went to, so Rachel hosted the influencer retreat in January, last month. And Harmony and I flew together from Salt Lake to St. George, where we met Rachel and Celeste and Amanda, and we all went to dinner. But we had to hire an Uber to get us from the airport to dinner, to the restaurant. And I'm thinking of the Uber driver story. Yeah, okay, so Caitlin knows what's coming. So we had to hire an Uber to get us to the airport. We're like, okay, because it was totally not, we didn't want to rent a car because we were just going to be with everybody and we were driving down to Vegas together anyway. It was pointless to rent a car. It was, we didn't want to have Rachel come clear out to get to the airport to get us and then meet us at dinner because that was totally out of her way, so we hired an Uber. So we land, we get to St. George, we hire an Uber. She gets there, it's a woman. I don't know how old she is. She's darling. Her name is Melaine. And she is the friendliest woman in the world. And she's like, hi, how are you? What are you guys doing here? What are your plans? And I said, what? And I told her what we were doing, that we were there on an influencer retreat. She's like, oh, that sounds so fun. What does that mean? And so I told her about mascara, and I told her about the foundation, and that I happen to have my mini double-decker in my suitcase in the back seat, and I'd be happy to show her if she was interested. Well, guess what? Not only was she super interested, she signed up to be an artist. And not only did she sign up to be an artist, this was a month ago. She signed up to be an artist, and she has an artist signed up underneath her. It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys open your mouths and talk about mascara, and amazing things happen. So while I say I'm not somebody that randomly talks to people, the times that I do, I talk to the female clerk at the gas station. I say, hey, are you interested in makeup? This is what I do. Here's my card. If you want to take a look at it, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. Throw it away. I'll never know the difference. Whatever. That's totally fine. I went and bought a suitcase for that trip. And the girl who checked me out, who I bought my suitcase from, I did the same thing. She's like, oh, are you going on a trip? What are you doing? And I said, oh, actually, let me tell you. And so I told her all about my mascara, my influencer trip that we were going on, and how much fun it was. And I was so excited. And I earned it from this company. And how awesome it was, and here's my card, and here's my info, and she's now a customer. You guys, all you have to do is open your mouth, and amazing things happen. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. Don't be afraid to share your passions. Don't be afraid to talk about what you do, because what you do is sharing makeup with women, the women of the world who want this, who are looking for it, who want to have amazing makeup at amazing prices, at with amazing ingredients and amazing products and amazing tools and all of these things. So all you have to do is open your mouth. So totally, that was a huge, huge tangent. I don't know why I got on that tangent, but we're going to go back to the Beyond. So for the Beyond, this part I didn't know, this is the part that is unscripted. This is the part that I can't translate what I do into instructions because it's different for everybody. And so in order to have a basis of what to talk about or what to share with you or what to say or how to kind of portray some information that could hopefully be useful to you, I went to my team and I said, you guys, I need your help. I need to know what are some things that held you back. And I got incredible input from the women on our team. And these are women that are, they're my peers. They're my friends. I value their opinion. I value their integrity, their respect for each other, I value how they feel about their mascara business because they're phenomenal at it. And some of them have teams underneath them. Some of them don't. Some of them have reservations about themselves. Some of them have holdups or things that hold them back. And so I went to them and I said, for those of you who, whether you're still an artist in training or not, if you have a graphical downline or if you're a top hacker or you're an artist ambassador, whatever, I want to know back to the beginning, back when you were still in training, what was holding you back? What were some of the things that you had a hard time with, that you that kept you from succeeding early? And I'm going to tell you about some of their stories, and they're really, 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 really good. So, first one was my cute friend Hillary. She said that she was afraid to ask questions, thinking of her upline, thinking this was something that she needed to figure out on her own. So, that is something she had to learn. She's like, this is stupid. Why can't I ask questions? I have this resource available to me. Why am I not using it? So at first, in the beginning, she's like, I felt like I was being a burden. I felt like I was being annoying. I felt like it's something that I should be able to figure out. You guys, it is never, ever, ever a problem to ask questions. It's never, ever an inconvenience. It's never something that you can't reach out to somebody, whether it's your upline, your downline, your sideline, your whoever, the artist page, Team Jacob, if you're in Harmony's graphical downline, our Team Pretty's page, it is never a problem to reach out to other mascara artists and ask opinions, ask for experience, ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for whatever, ask for advice. It is never, ever something that should be holding you back. And she learned that lesson. And she's so grateful that she did, because as soon as she started asking the questions and getting the answers, that's when she started to grow. The next one was from my cute, adorable friend, Lisa, who has the most amazing hair. You guys need to get to know Lisa Ringus and be jealous of her hair. It's crazy good. But she said that she had a fear of reaching out to friends for the risk of sounding salesy. And she didn't want to be that pushy person. She didn't want to affect her relationships with her friends. She didn't want to be annoying. She didn't want to be a burden. She didn't want them to feel pressure. She didn't want them to feel obligated. And she certainly didn't want them to feel like they had to spend their money for her benefit. And so that held her back. She's like, I don't want to ask my friends. I don't want them to feel all of these things. I don't want it to have an impact, a negative impact on our relationship. And she said, finally, my friends were so fed up with it that they said, would you just have a dang party so that we can come over and see what you're doing? She's like, duh, okay, yes, absolutely. She completely changed her mindset, and she realized that her friends, that when you're doing something, when you're sharing something like this out of love, out of a genuine passion, when you have that passion for a product, when you have that passion for what you're doing, and you want to share it and you want to give it, you're not being pushy. You're doing people a disservice by not sharing it. And so that was what held her back in the beginning, and she learned that lesson, and she was so glad that she did. My beautiful friend Lindsay, I'm going to quote hers because the way she put it was so, so good and so, so helpful that I think that hers was one that is really, really, is really powerful how she said this. So she said that what held her back was putting herself on the same level as other artists. She said, I could see where other people are or were. When she started, she could see where other artists already were. And she said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it unless, Lisa Ringus does have great hair. She does. She says, I don't want to do this unless I'm doing it like that, unless I'm doing it like that person. I don't want to have to fumble through this until I can be successful like that. And she says, that really, really held me back. She said, everybody has to start at the beginning. And there's a really, really good quote that says, the expert at anything was once a beginner, which is awesome. She says, everybody has to start at the beginning. And I had to learn to be more appreciative at being a beginner, because you have to go back to those basics. You have to be good at being a beginner before you can be an expert. You have to be a beginner before you're an expert, which is so true. She said, I had to learn to focus on my own journey, setting my own goals instead of trying to meet somebody else's goals. I had to make it my own. I had to find my own mascara story. Every single one of you has your own mascara story. You just have to learn how to tell it. It's so individual to you. It's so individual to your own goals, your own circumstances, your own personality, your own likes, your own interests, your own way of sharing it. Whatever your story is, everybody has one. You're here because you have a mascara story. You're here because you love this product, because you want to share this product. Whether you want to make money at it, whether you want to share it with other women. If you guys have not had the experience, let's say, I'm going to just throw this out there. If you've been somebody that has had an crazy, credible, good sales month, you've sold, tons and tons, you've made a couple $100s in a month. You can measure that as success. But the way I measure success is when you have that experience where you put makeup on somebody and they have whatever it is that's going on with their life, whatever is going on in their mind, whatever is going on with their self-esteem, but you put makeup on somebody and you show them the mirror and they start to cry. And they're like, you guys, this is going to make me cry. They're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I could look like this. I had no idea that I could feel this way. I had no idea that I could be this pretty. I say, until you've had that experience, you have not been mascara successful, because that completely changes everything about this company, everything about what this company is, and everything about how you feel about what you're doing. And when you get to have that experience, when you get to experience it on that level, it becomes not a sales position. It becomes a love. It becomes a passion. It becomes something that you think, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. Those are the experiences that create success. That's my favorite part about mascara. Anyways, that was Lindsay's. And she said that was something that really, really held her back, was trying to put herself on the same level as other people that were already going, that were already creating their own mascara story. And she said that once she was able to establish her own path, that's when she found her success. She says making it her own is what she should have done in the beginning. It is such an important part of establishing yourself as an artist in all aspects, and I 100% agree with that. Which means making it your own in all aspects, which means in your wording, which means in your posts, which means in your applications, which means in your color matching. You have to find your own process. You have to find your own, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. You have to make it your own experiences, your own posts, your own whatever. It has to be your own business. You cannot rely on somebody else's. Sure, you can for a little bit in the beginning. And as uplines, as team leaders, it's your responsibility as a team leader to loan your passion, to loan your experiences to your artists, to your team, until they're able to gain their own. But you really want to help them. You really want to help them get that substantial part of their own business, that base of their business, their own, so that then they can grow and they're not relying on you in your business. It has to be your own. Sam, my cute, darling, adorable, beautiful. Her makeup is insane, you guys. She's so pretty. She's so pretty and stupid. Sam said that she was held back by the assumption that people did not want to spend money on makeup, which is true. We do that. I do that. Did do that. She would share with them a hack pack. She'd say, here's your 4 colors. Here's your highlight, your contour, your blush, and your illuminator. Here's your brush. Sometimes here's your perfector sponge, sometimes not. She said that she was working on the assumption that people did not want to spend money on makeup. And she learned the hard way, and she learned later on that she was actually doing them a disservice by not sharing with them the Power Powder Brush. She was not sharing with them Vanilla Dust. She was not sharing with them Stay. She was not sharing with them Restore Brush Cleaner. She wasn't sharing these things with them that could actually benefit them and make their makeup even better. She was holding them back, and in turn, she was holding herself back. So we learned from the, one of my favorite lessons that I learned from another mascara artist in a training that we had recently was start big. Start big and let people decide on their own. Let them decide what they want. Give them all of the options. Give them everything that could possibly benefit them. And when you're doing that in love, and when you're doing that with a genuine concern for them being able to have everything that they need and everything that they want, you absolutely are not being pushy. Start big and let them scale back if they want to scale back. Let them grow bigger if they want to grow bigger. Leave it up to them. Don't make any assumptions that your clients are working with this little budget and then that this is what they're going to do. And so this is all you're going to share with them. If you're only giving them this little nugget and they want the whole Happy Meal, then give them the Happy Meal. Don't assume that they don't want a Happy Meal just because, you don't assume. You don't know. Top down sell, top down share. I don't know. Top down sell, top down share. I'm not sure what that means. Top down sell, top down share. Caitlin, explain that for me. I don't know what that means. She said, okay, so Sam said, when you offer in a genuine way, wanting them to feel beautiful, knowing the potential of this makeup to do just that, and knowing how affordable this makeup really is, because you guys, this makeup really is so incredibly affordable. Everything lasts forever. When you're doing that for them, when you're genuinely sharing it in a way to wanting them to feel beautiful, they want to try it. You're not selling it to them. You're just showing them all of their options and giving them an opportunity to choose what they want. She says that that fear of not wanting to overshare things, she says that really held me back, and I realized later that I was doing them a disservice. Okay, so we're almost done, you guys. I want to tell you what held me back in the beginning, so that like, start from the top, share everything. Start with the biggest package. If that's not working for them, go to the next. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense, Caitlin. Yeah, that's really good. Give them all of the information. Give them what they could possibly want and let them decide. Just share with them whatever it is and let them decide on their own. So when I started, I signed up under my sister-in-law, Heather. Heather is ridiculously drop dead gorgeous. It's super annoying. She's younger than me. I've known her since she was about 14. She started dating my little brother when they were in junior high. So I've known Heather since she was super young. Her mom owns a salon. So she's been around beauty her whole entire life. She's been around makeup. She's been around hair. She's been around skincare. She's been around everything her whole entire life. And you can tell. I mean, she looks phenomenal. She looks awesome. If you don't know Heather Freeman, go look her up. Get to know Heather Freeman, because you'll be like, oh, what? And she does amazing. These are Heather Freeman eyebrows, P.S. She does a great job. And so when I signed up, I thought, okay, I'm signing up with Heather, who already knows her stuff. Why is anybody going to listen to me when I started out as a tomboy? I'm not a beauty industry person. I don't know what I'm talking about. Why is anybody going to care what I have to say when they could listen to Heather, and Heather's been around it? Well, Heather signed up under her sister, who is Harmony Buse. If you don't know Harmony, go follow Harmony on Instagram. Heather and Harmony grew up, obviously, they're sisters. They grew up in this beauty industry background. Heather is now an esthetician. Harmony is a hairdresser. And you will be hard-pressed to find anybody better than the two Hatch sisters. Their maiden name is Hatch. You will be hard-pressed to find anybody better in the state of Utah at skincare, at brows, at hair than Heather and Harmony. They are phenomenal. And this is my immediate upline. This is who I am working side by side with. This is who I am comparing myself to. You guys, I could not have done myself more of an injustice, more of a disservice than comparing myself to anybody else, especially those two. They're phenomenal. They are absolutely phenomenal at what they do. And yeah, they have great sales. And yeah, they have great teams. But you know what? Me, without having any experience, I had to rely on other experiences that I had in my life. I mean, I didn't know how to do hair. I don't know how to do hair. I don't know how to do makeup. I had to learn. Just like they did. They had to start at the beginning. They're the experts in their field, but they also, in order to become an expert, they also had to start at the beginning. There is nothing in the world that says that anything other than myself is going to hold me back from being an expert. And if you can choose to take on that same thought process, that same idea, then you absolutely 100% can be an expert at what you do. Gotta love Heather. Yes. If you know Heather, you love Heather. You think Heather is crazy, but you absolutely love her. So what did I get from comparing myself to Heather and Harmony? Absolutely nothing, because you know what? I found that if I relied on my own experience, if I relied, there's somebody for everybody. You guys, there are, how many did I say? 6,557 current mascara artists. Well, guess what? How many people are in the United States that Heather and Harmony can't reach, that I can't reach, that the rest of my team can't reach. There's somebody that only you can reach, that is waiting for you to reach out to them if you will only open your mouth, if you will only share your products, if you will only put forth that effort, if you will only start with the basics. If you don't know if the basics aren't working, tweak how you do the basics. And then to continue to grow, go beyond the basics. Do all of these things. Figure out what's holding you back and change your mindset, change your attitude. Get rid of all those negative thoughts. Get rid of anything, whatever it is that's holding you back, and make it happen, and you can. I don't know. I had all these negative thoughts about me being a mascara artist, and I realized that all of those things were just holding me back, because there are women who are just like me. There are women who are tomboys that don't know how to do makeup, that they want something that's simple and that's something that's easy, something that's healthy, something that's affordable. There are women that are moms just like me that don't have time to spend they don't have the time to spend in a bathroom for 45 minutes putting their face on. There are women who don't have it in their budget to spend a ton of money. There's somebody that you can touch, regardless of what your background is, regardless of what your history is, regardless of how you look, regardless of what you know, regardless of what your education is, regardless of what your training is. There's somebody for everybody. All you have to do is reach out and find them. Mascara has given you, whatever it is that you want to find, mascara has given you every single resource you could possibly have to make it happen. Every single one. You have the very best of anything else. You have the very best makeup through mascara. You have the very best skincare. You have the very best tools. You have the very best training. You have the very best compensation plan. You have the very best of every single thing to be successful in this business if you will only put forth the effort. If you will get rid of the negative feelings. If you will get rid of the, I can't do this, I don't know that, I don't have this experience, I'm scared. If you will get rid of that, if you will put it to the side, even if you have to fake it, if you will just do it, you will be successful. You can be successful as an artist. You can be successful as a leader. You can be successful in growing your team. You can be successful in your sales. If you will just put everything aside and do your very, very best every single time, every single day. Don't be afraid to open your mouth to your Uber driver. Don't be afraid to open your mouth to your neighbor down the street. Don't be afraid to open your mouth to your family or your friends, because they love you. They want to support you. I liken that one. That one I liken to sharing orange juice a lot. In fact, I tell this story a lot. I love orange juice. I absolutely love orange juice. And I would be a jerk if you came over to my house and I was drinking a glass of orange juice and I didn't share my orange juice with you. That's so rude of me. Why would I not do the same with my makeup that I love? I absolutely love. Has enriched my life. It makes things easier. It makes things simpler. It makes things faster. It's affordable. It does all of these things for me. Why would I not share that with you? That doesn't mean I'm being pushy. I'm not being pushy by saying, you know what? I had this glass of orange juice and I think you might like it. Do you want to try it? That's not being pushy. That's being kind. That's sharing. That's loving. That's giving. That's the whole mascara mission, is sharing and giving and loving. And it's just, I don't know. All you got to do is open your mouth and talk about it, and you're not being pushy. If you feel like you're being pushy, chances are you're not, so don't worry about it. If you are sharing it out of love, out of a genuine, just like Sam said, if you have a genuine, when you offer it in a genuine way, wanting somebody to feel beautiful, they're going to want to try it. So I hope that something that I said was helpful to somebody. It's so hard to translate into instructions or into words or into advice what I do, because it's different for everybody. There's going to be people on my team that one thing works for them that doesn't work for somebody else. There's going to be, just like the love languages. I did want to tell you this. I get asked a lot how to keep my team motivated, and this really, really falls in line with this topic of the easy street to elite. I'm asked a lot how to keep my team motivated. What do you do? How come your team is selling so much so consistently? How come they're doing so well all the time? And I learned in the beginning that reward, recognition, and incentive goes a long, long way. My love language is gifts. I love presents. I love presents. Love presents, always. I I don't know. Like, I'm not, I don't love service. You could do something nice for me, and that will be really nice, you know, but I love to get a present. I love it when it's wrapped in a box with a pretty little bow. I just love presents. There's something wrong with me, I know, but I love presents. My love language is presents. And not only do I love to receive them, I love to give them. And I've learned that not everybody's going to be like that, and that's okay. It's okay. Everybody is motivated differently. But some people are motivated by reward. Some people are motivated by recognition. Some people are motivated by incentive, which means they're willing to do the work because there's something at the end of the road. Or if they're motivated by reward, they not necessarily knew that there was going to be a reward at the end of the tunnel, but because they received a reward, they're willing to do it again. And other people are motivated by that because they think, oh, okay, so-and-so did really, really awesome last month, and Lanae decided to send her, or take her to lunch. That's super great. I want that. I want that feeling. I want to be, the person that Lanae says, hey, so-and-so did a really, really good job. And I want to go to lunch. I want that recognition. I want that reward. Reward, recognition, and incentive are the three things that I feel like works amazingly awesome. If you're somebody that gets it, you want that feeling again. So you want to keep working hard. You want to do it over again to get that feeling again. If you're somebody that doesn't get the recognition, you can say, oh, that's really cool that so-and-so was just recognized. I want that feeling. So you either get it and you want it again, or you didn't get it and you want to get it and you're willing to do the work for it. It's something that, and it doesn't have to cost you money. It doesn't have to cost you as a team leader money. It can be something that you're like, hey, let's, go to lunch together or something. Let's go hang out. Or it can be a gift. It can be a small gift. It can be a big gift. It can be whatever. But reward, recognition, and incentive are something that works really, really well in motivating my team and helping them get out of that training period. So on my team page, we do recognition for big things. We do recognition for little things. We recognize awesomeness. We recognize little milestones. We recognize big milestones. We recognize everything because it makes a difference, because people like to be made to feel special. In fact, there's a quote. Let me see if I can find it. It's so, so good. A person who feels appreciated will always do more than is expected. It works, guys. It works. Anyways, I hope that something was helpful for you guys. I know that I've rambled a little bit, and I really, really am sorry. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to go through at the very end and answer any questions. If you have any, you're welcome to ask them. I know this was super long. Sorry. But let me know how I can help. You're welcome to reach out to me. If anybody needs any clarification or any questions answered, whatever, just let me know. But you guys are awesome. We have a phenomenal team. I'm super impressed with Team Jacob. You guys are all amazing. And I hope you have a really good night. And I'll talk to you soon.